Hi guys, welcome back to Only Phantoms.
Hey.
My name's Tom and that's Sammy.
That's Sammy. Hi.
That's Sammy.
I'm Sammy.
You're about to say your name there, weren't you? I've interrupted. Killed you.
I was going to, because you say that's Sammy. That's on video, innit? Whereas people are listening, you need to be like, instead of like, just ignore the cameras there, but you can still got to pay attention to the camera, you know?
Sammy's not hitting a body down there, that's our dog, by the way. Sounds like, I don't have much that echoes on camera.
Sorry. Sorry, that's, pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Sammy.
Yeah.
Hi.
She was a Terrifier, she'd give me a Terrifier smile then. I don't know if I liked it or not. I like horror, but I don't know if I'm into that.
Not into Terrifier, no?
No.
Like the clown?
No, he's a romantic man. Mate, ugh. I felt like I got touched my elbow then. There might be a spider here somewhere. My elbow just got tickled.
You just said the word and he's triggered now.
Oh god, that's Shelby, our dog's word is that or I can't say his word, it's gonna go mad.
A thing that floats around.
Yeah, it annoys you in the summer. So welcome back. We upload our podcast onto all the platforms, pretty much all of them, on a Monday where you can hear us. And on a Friday we upload to YouTube so you can see us as well if you want to.
If you want to see our faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Only Phantoms.
Yeah, Only Phantoms. My video for this time is a pretty weird one because I think AI is the freakiest thing on the planet. So I basically went into all the AI platforms and told them to write a ghost story for me. I gave them like a little bit because you give them like certain keywords. So I was like, for instance, like forest, serial killer, ghost, and it would write like a story. So I was really intrigued to see what it could come up with, but I've not even proofread them or anything. So I sent one to Sammy to proofread, and then she didn't get around to it. I was like, it's probably better that we don't.
Yeah, it would add more of a surprise to us as well. A bit
of suspense. I might get shocked by this, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the internet comes up with in his own head.
Yeah. Because
eventually it's going to take over anywhere. I want to die. Will be. You wait. The robots they're making. Is it the Tesla robot?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla robot, which I want because he's sick. Imagine making like.
iRobot, no thank you.
No, but all your car needs are just going to be fixed. Yeah, oh, can you change my head gasket? It's going to look at you like, you son of a bitch.
It's going to, what's the word? Not jeopardize. It's going to, like, tamper.
What? Oh, so fuck your car up instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually.
What's the word I'm thinking of, though?
That's kind of it. Jeopardize.
It wasn't that word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just mess with.
Yeah, I think it will. It's going to be really kind to start out with to gain our trust, and then eventually it's just going to fuck us up.
Yeah, definitely.
But also what would be really cool, I think cars would be gone and you'd be like put on his back like a backpack, just like hugging on, and then just like sprinting everywhere.
That'll be fun.
But imagine, like, if you go to the gym and stuff, it'd be a spotter. It can carry your shit for you.
But then what if one day you just decide to have like a red heart instead of a blue one, and then it's like you're benching and he starts pushing down on it instead?
But then you program it to add more weight when you die on the bench to prove that you done more. But imagine that's like, oh, can you load up that for me? Yeah, please. Oh, can you do my food prep?
Please.
Yes, please. But yeah, you could like load up all your stuff for you. Like, you could tell it to get to the gym before. You'd be like, sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't let anyone near you. If there's any robots coming, I programmed you with some fighting techniques.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. When we get one, we'll have a sat here with us.
Yeah.
In fact,
we're never going to get one.
I'll have a sat here with me. Sammy can go.
Yeah, okay. I'll just do the editing. Although you could do all the editing.
There you go. There's going to be no point for humans real soon. We're just going to be a metallic planet. I'm on the fence of it. It's going to kill us, but it's going to be funny.
It's going to kill our future generations. It's not going to kill us, I don't think. I think we're very new, so we're like, okay. I think in a few years' time, yeah, definitely. It's going to be taken over.
I think of the difference of technology from 3,000 years ago to now. Or to like 3,000 years ago to the Victorian era, from the Victorian era to now.
Yeah.
I think it took us no more than like 60 years to get into space from building the first plane.
Did we actually go to space though? This is the thing.
I ain't getting into this shit right now.
Exactly.
I can't be doing that. AI and space conspiracies.
So yeah, that's a whole can of worms.
Yeah, we'll open that one day. So I have 5 stories to go through now. And again, I've not read them. Sam's not read them. I've glanced at the first bit. And that's about it. So hold on to your trousers. So the first one. In a small, forgotten village nestled between the hills, there stood an old, crumbling manor that had long been abandoned. The townsfolk whispered tales of the ghost of Lady Eleanor, who once lived there. She was known for her beauty and kindness, but met a tragic end on a stormy night. Her heart was broken by betrayal.
It's actually off to a really good start.
One evening, a curious traveller named Jack stumbled upon a manor while seeking shelter from the rain. As he entered, the air grew cold and a sense of unease washed over him. The walls were adorned with faded portraits. Their eyes seemingly followed him as he moved. Suddenly, he heard a soft weeping echoing through the halls. Intrigued, yet apprehensive, he followed the sound, which led him to a grand dust-covered ballroom.
Ooh.
Imagine stumbling across that.
That's Anastasia, isn't it?
Yeah. In the centre of the room, Jack saw a figure dressed in a flowing white gown, her face obscured by a veil. It was Lady Eleanor. She turned to him, her sorrowful eyes meeting his, and whispered, "Help me find peace."
Help me find peace.
I bring you love. It's putting in love.
Mr. Burns.
Jack felt an overwhelming urge to assist her. He learned that her spirit was trapped bound to the manor by the pain of her lost love. Determined to free her, Jack searched her manor for clues about her past. He discovered a hidden diary revealing the truth of her betrayal and the name of the man who wronged her. With this knowledge, Jack performed a small ritual to release her spirit, reciting the words from the diary. As he finished, a warm light enveloped the room, and Lady Eleanor smiled, her sorrow lifting. With a gentle breeze, she vanished, leaving behind a sense of calm. The manor, once filled with despair, now stood silent, finally at peace.
That wasn't really scary, but that was quite sweet.
That was nice, wasn't it?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, 10 out of 10. So tell me about it. So do you think, who was the mysterious man that betrayed her? What did he do to betray her?
Well,
What was in the diary?
I'm guessing if she had a white gown and a veil, I'm guessing they were to be wed.
Yeah.
And he,
like Corpse Bride.
Like Corpse Bride, it sounds like they pinched that.
She's
from
Eleanor
there.
in that, isn't
she? No. Is she? Oh, no, it's Mayhew.
Mayhew is Victor and Victoria. And yeah, Eleanor, I'm pretty sure.
Let me check.
Google it.
Sorry.
Emily. So close.
Emily, so close. Yes, pretty close.
It is close. It both begins with an E.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Speak the truth.
Speak the truth. Story number 2. In a quaint suburban neighbourhood, there was a family that had just moved into an old house. Excited to start their new life, however, they soon discovered that their new home came with an unexpected resident, a mischievous poltergeist. At first, the family dismissed the strange occurrences. A door slamming shut, objects mysteriously moving, and eerie whispers echoing through the halls as mere quirks of an old house.
Creaks of a moonhouse.
One night, as the family settled in for bed, they heard a loud crash coming from the kitchen. Rushing downstairs, they found the pots and pans strewn across the floor, as if they had been tossed by an unseen hand. The children, initially frightened, began to see the poltergeist as a playful spirit rather than a malevolent one. They named it Benny, and even started leaving out toys for it to play with. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, you're not meant to encourage it in any way, are you?
No. As the days went by, Benny's antics escalated. He would turn on lights at odd hours. God, what inconsiderate bastard.
At what hours?
Odd.
Odd, oh, so not even.
Also like at 1 and 3 and...
Yeah.
He would rearrange furniture and even mimic the sound of laughter. That's not fun.
No. That's what is it? A skinwalker.
Yeah. Well, they talk in your own voice back to you.
No thanks.
The family soon realised that Benny seemed to be trying to communicate with them. You don't say. One evening, as they gathered around the dining table, the lights flickered and a plate slid across the table, stopping right in front of the youngest child, Lucy. She gasped and then giggled, feeling a connection with the spirit. Determined to understand Benny better, the family set up a camera to capture the strange happenings. To their surprise, they captured footage of objects moving to their own and even glimpses of a shadowy figure.
Ooh.
They learned that Benny was a young boy who had once lived in a house, full of energy and mischief. Instead of being frightened, the family embraced Benny's presence, leaving him drawings and notes.
So they left him toys and now they left him drawings and notes?
Yeah, they're basically just like accept him as part of the family here.
Wow.
As time passed, the poltergeist activity began to wane. It seemed that Benny was satisfied with the attention and love he received. One night, the family gathered for a final farewell. leaving a heartfelt note for Benny. As they turned off the lights and headed to bed, they felt a warm breeze sweep through the house, and the air was filled with a sense of peace. They know Benny had moved on, leaving behind cherished memories of their time together. It's
Why
like,
are they all happy endings?
yeah, why do have? It's like the exact same ending as the other one, pretty much.
Yeah, the ghost that moved on.
I reckon the ghost wrote these. Like, we're not bad.
Yeah, honestly.
Jesus Christ. See, in a normal situation now, if you were to leave stuff out for a poltergeist to play with, it would probably escalate. It would never go.
Yeah, it won't just go, oh, thanks, guys. You know what? That was a lovely time. I'm going to dip out now.
Can you imagine if you just sat there at a table and a plate sliced to your youngest kid? Be like, yeah, we're going.
No, I nub the fuck out of there.
Yeah, tonight's the night we're leaving.
Yeah, 100%.
Number 3. In a small, forgotten town, there stood an abandoned mansion that loomed over the landscape like a dark shadow.
Is it the same one?
No, it's different. I was like, what the fuck?
Started off the same as the first one.
Exactly the same. This is cool. The townsfolk whispered tales of the ghosts that haunted its halls. A woman in a tattered white dress and her face obscured by long tangled hair. They said she had been wronged in her life and now sought vengeance on anyone who dared to enter its domain. One stormy night, a group of friends, eager for a thrill, decided to explore the mansion, armed with only a flashlight and bravado.
What's bravado?
Like, huh.
Like bravery. Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, just go do it.
Like smelling salts.
That's it. My DS Mensos. They crept through the crack. This is the cracking front door. That's a cracking front door.
Do you know what?
Front door's gore.
That's a cracking.
They crept through the creaking front door, and the air was thick with dust and despair, and the walls seemed to whisper sense of their past. As they ventured deeper into the house, the temperature dropped, and an unsettling feeling settled over them. An unsettling feeling settled on them. That's good.
Oh, that's nice, yes.
So, writers, you're safer now. There's a lot of issues here. In the parlour, they found an old mirror, cracked and covered in grime. As they wiped it clean, a chilling reflection stared back at them, not their own, but that of the ghostly woman. Her eyes were hollow, filled with sorrow and rage. Suddenly, the lights flickered and a piercing scream echoed through the halls. The friends froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. In a panic, they turned to leave, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The atmosphere grew heavy, and the ghost appeared before them, her translucent form glowing in the dim light. She pointed a bony finger at the group, and one by one, she felt an icy grip around their throats, as if they were squeezing the life out of them.
As if they were screaming in this. Okay, she.
As if she was squeezing the life out of them.
Okay. I thought they were doing it to each other.
This is scary. Desperate, they tried to remember the stories that they have heard about how the ghost could be appeased. They began to apologize for disturbing her rest, pleading for forgiveness. The ghost's expression softened for a moment and then twisted into a snarl as she let out a low growl. The friends realized they had to confront her past to escape.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Woman in black.
How can you confront someone's past? They searched the mansion for clues, discovering a hidden diary that revealed the tragic story of the woman.
Another diary. They're good at keeping diaries, aren't
Yeah, these ghosts are fucking great.
Got nothing better to do than
No.
write a diary.
Betrayed by her lover and left to die in the very house they stood in, they gathered the courage and read her story aloud, acknowledging her pain as they spoke. The ghost's grip loosened and a tear rolled down her cheek. In that moment of understanding, the ghost began to fade, her sorrow lifting like mist in the morning sun. The door creaking open, and the friends rushed out, gasping for fresh air. They had faced the darkness and emerged alive, but the chilling memory of the ghost would haunt them forever, a reminder of the pain that lingers in forgotten places. That was like a remix of the first one,
Yeah.
but better.
I prefer that one.
Yeah, it still ended too nice for me. I want people like chased away.
Yeah. Someone dies, I want something.
The comments gonna be like, write your own then. True.
No, why would we do that when we got AI?
They're okay. I should have put like, I'll do them again. I'll do like a part 2 of this, but I'm gonna write like extremely scary story
Yeah.
with no good ending.
Yeah, no happy ending.
No.
Because so far they've been like happy.
Yeah.
Like as a scary story goes. I know they always kind of round up at the end,
Yeah.
but
what should I put? Like, real life demonic story.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Write that down.
Number 4. In a quiet suburban neighbourhood, there was a young girl named Lily who had always been sensitive to the supernatural. She often felt a presence lurking in the corners of her room, but her parents dismissed it as her imagination. Fucking parents always do that. Wow, am I keeping you awake? One night, as she lay in bed, she awoke to a strange sound. A soft whispering that seemed to come from the darkness. Curious and a little bit frightened, you don't fucking say.
Only a little bit is fine.
Lily sat up and strained her eyes to see. In the corner of her room, she noticed a shadowy figure standing still, its form indistinct but undeniably there.
Is the chair with clothes on?
Yeah, always.
Always.
It was tall and elongated, with no discernible features, just a dark silhouette that seemed to absorb the light around it. Panic surged through her, but something about the figure drew her in. Why? Why?
Why would you do that?
Maybe because she's the light and it's absorbing the darkness. We'll find out. As days passed, the shadow person appeared more frequently, always lurking in the same corner. Each time, Lily felt a mix of fear and fascination. She began to research what she could about shadow people, learning that they were often seen as harbingers of doom or entities that fed off fear. But Lily felt a strange connection to the figure, as if it was trying to communicate something important. That's the way to do it, just stand in the room.
Yeah, just stare and stuff.
Yeah, I've got something to tell you. One night, determined to confront her fears, Lily spoke to the shadow. "What do you want?" she whispered, her voice trembling. To her surprise, the figure seemed to shift, moving closer to her bed. The air grew cold, and the whispers intensified, forming words that echoed in her mind. "Help me." Lily's heart raced as she realized that this shadow was not a malevolent spirit, but rather a lost soul seeking assistance.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. She had to find a dagger. She decided to help. Gathering her courage, she began a nightly ritual of lighting a candle and speaking to the shadow, asking it to reveal a story. Slowly the whispers transformed into coherent messages, telling her of a tragic life cut short. The man who had once lived in her house, filled with regrets and unfulfilled dreams. With each passing night, the shadow grew lighter, its form becoming less defined, as if the act of sharing its story was allowing it to find peace. Finally, after weeks of connection, the shadow person appeared one last time, more radiant than ever. "Thank you," it whispered, before dissolving into a mist of light that filled the room. Mist of light? What the fuck? From that night on, Lily felt a sense of calm in her home. The shadow had moved on, but its presence had taught her the importance of understanding and compassion. Even the darkest of spirits, she knew that sometimes the shadows we fear are simply souls searching for solace, and with kindness they can find their way back to the light. God!
Again, like, what the hell?
It's like AI's never watched a horror film. Where did he get his information
They've
from?
only
This?
watched Disney films.
Yeah. It literally is. It's like the end of, like, Shrek. When he, like, turns into handsome Shrek. And
That's
then
not
they
the end,
kiss.
though.
Why? You know what I mean? It's
I
at
don't
the
know
end.
what you mean.
It's at the end.
Don't bring Shrek up. If you don't know.
That's number 2 as well, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, they're like, he's like handsome, and then she comes in, and they kiss, and then da da da.
That's what I meant by, like, it's the same thing as, like, Snow White gets put into a sleep and then they kiss and then she wakes up. That's the end.
Yeah. God's
Yeah.
sake.
Like releasing the spirit.
Right, I've got one more story. This one better save us here. It'd be okay. Like, you could turn them into a little kid's novel, couldn't you?
Yeah. Ones that want to get into scary films and stuff.
Yeah. Because the shadow in the corner, you don't usually talk to them. You basically try and scream, but no sound comes out, and then you fly out the window.
No, what I do is I dig my head under the quilt and I just hide until I fall asleep.
The quilt will stop all intruders.
Honestly, it will.
It's true. It always worked as a kid.
Yeah. Works now as well. Spooky intruders, not intruders.
Oh, if we say spooky intros, do not. Ready for this different kind of intro? In a small, isolated town, not suburban town. This
one's isolated. The town's isolated, not
the
a
town is, yeah. So
not
just
a mansion or anything.
no,
Is there a mansion?
probably will be.
Okay.
In a small, isolated town, the streets were eerily quiet. In a small, isolated town, the streets were eerily quiet as the night fell, like every town. the townspeople had been on edge for weeks.
Had been edge for weeks.
Has been on edge for weeks.
Okay, can you start from the beginning again? Because you're messing up one way.
Do you want to read this one?
Do you want me to read the last one?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. So the last story is going to be read by me because I'm not talking much in this
No, yeah, just like...
podcast. And Tom mess up.
Tom mess up. The irony.
Tom has messed up.
I can't want to hear one, has it?
Yeah. You finished?
I'm just happy. Just happy to be sat here listening.
Yeah, I'm going to read story number 5. Hopefully, clearly. Very, very clearly.
I knew I was coming.
Story number 5. In a small, isolated town, the streets were eerily quiet as night fell. The townspeople had been on edge for weeks, rumours swirling about a strange illness that had begun to spread. It started with a few cases of flu-like symptoms, but soon people began to disappear. Those who felt ill became restless, their eyes glazed over as if they were no longer themselves.
Ooh.
Like zombies. One evening, a group of friends decided to investigate the abandoned hospital on the outskirts of town.
There we go.
Where it was rumoured that the first cases had originated.
Walking Dead.
Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they crept through the broken doors, the air thick with dust and despair. How is the air thick with despair? Like
all of the air is thick and despair on these ones. This is such despairy air.
Is it just like? Imagine like just hear the air go. Oh, like, despair. Oh. Despair.
Just my derriere.
Despair. The silence was deafening, broken only by the distant sound of dripping water. As they wandered deeper into the hospital, they stumbled upon a darkened room. The flickering light of their flashlights revealed old medical equipment covered in cobwebs. Suddenly, a low groan echoed through the hallways, sending chills down their spines. They exchanged nervous glances, but curiosity pushed them forward. They soon found themselves in a corridor lined with patient rooms. One door creaked open, revealing a figure hunched over in the corner. It was a man, pale and gaunt, his skin stretched slightly over his bones. As they approached, he turned slowly to face them, his eyes hollow and lifeless. The friends froze in terror as the man let out a guttural moan.
Yeah.
Revealing jagged teeth that seemed too large for his mouth. So imagine it being like a zombie growing out.
Like that.
Is that guttural? Did that come from the gut?
Hello!
Before they could react, the man lunged at them and they scrambled back, heart rate skyrocketing. As they turned to flee, they realized that the groans were multiplying, echoing from all directions.
Oh no.
The friends raced down the corridor, but the once quiet hospital was now alive with the sounds of the undead. Shadows darted past their flashlights, and they could see figures emerging from the darkness, their movements jerky and unnatural. Panic set in as they burst through the front doors, only to find that the town was overrun. The streets were filled with the moans of the undead, and the friends quickly realized that the illness had spread far beyond the hospital. They fought their way through the chaos, dodging grasping hands and gnashing teeth, desperate to find safety. As they reached the edge of town, they could see the last remnants of civilization fading behind them. The friends knew they had to keep moving, but the haunting cries of the zombies echoed in their ears, a chilling reminder that the nightmare was far from over. The world they once knew was gone, replaced by a terrifying reality where survival was the only option, and the undead lurked around every corner.
What was that?
That's all right one.
That was good. All my 4 I had to read were absolute dogs. And then that one was epic.
Your one was all about, so you had to find the diary
and
send them off to a good place.
Found a nice house with a ballroom. Ghost disappears, bye.
Mine's like, you're not get out alive.
Jesus Christ. That, first of all, the kids are stupid because when the thing turned round, it was made of like skin and bones. You got to snap that bitch. I would have.
What if it's quick and it bit you? Like, if it's zombies, you always got to think, if it is Shaun of the Dead zombies.
Yeah, you're fine.
Or Dawn of the Dead zombies, like.
Or worse yet, 28 years later.
I haven't seen that.
Well, that's the one coming out.
Okay.
Days and months, and then the new one's years.
Sure.
Those zombies are quick.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
Or
Legend level.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm Legend. Like.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you said
like,
these were like
fast
skin all over his bones. You would pick.
You'd hope so. Then if it's Walking Dead when they stay alive, even if they're decapitated.
Decaffeinated. So zombies to me are scarier than anything else. I'm one of those. I really would thrive. I really think I would thrive. I probably wouldn't, but I really think I'd thrive in a zombie apocalypse.
Can you say thrive again?
Thrive. But I know my plan. I'll go to an island. They ain't gonna swim better than me.
No.
Might do.
Johnny Depp bought an island, didn't he?
Oh,
I'll go
to his one, yeah. But like, I don't know, something about dead bodies really freaks me out more than anything. I'm sure it does with other people, but like, if a ghost walked in, I'd be like,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. But if a zombie like scraped in with that's a dead person moving,
yeah,
oh, that's so creepy.
I think as well. You know, when you go to creepy abandoned places,
yeah,
I'm scared of like everything, so. I'm fine if it's meant to be haunted and that, and you're going to see a ghost. But what scares me is going into an abandoned place and bumping into someone else.
Yeah.
Like if it's just another person just investigating, yeah, fine. You'll be like, oh, that was scary. Yeah. But what if it's someone that actually like lives there, like a homeless person or something, and then they're quite vicious? Then that's what scares me. Real people scare me.
But like me, it's like, I think my fear of this comes back from when me and my sister are watching like the Book of the Dead, things like all the Victorian morgue photos. Oh man, that freaks me out. Just because our eyes are like white, like dead eyes are just like, oh my god.
Nothing behind them, no souls. There's actual living people that have that. Like,
the stare, isn't it? Yeah.
There's so many people that believe that they're actually soulless.
Yeah.
Like there's so many celebrities. You look at them, you look in their eyes, and you think, no, there's literally no one there.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Something about eyes.
Something about eyes.
Like Tommy Shelby eyes, they're pretty scary. They're bright, piercing blue, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go off topic. Yeah, anyway. so next time you read the first 4, and I'll have the last one. Thank you very much. If it starts with a diary or an isolated town or suburban.
Mine started with an isolated town.
Yeah, but that's amazing. So yeah, you could actually with that you could add like artwork to it. Like the way it describes the zombies, like teeth too big for his mouth, skinny like oh.
You want to draw that now, don't you?
I do want to draw that now. I might draw it.
Do it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You need to do that again, but I'm going to add a bit more information in this time. I want like 18 plus.
Yeah, if you guys can leave a comment, like let us know what we should put in the next one to generate new stories.
Yeah, leave us a couple of like keywords. Give us like 4 keywords.
Yeah. And
we'll put them in and just see what happens. We could make a funny series out of this actually.
It'd be pretty cool actually if everybody just puts in 4 keywords and then per comment we'll make a story out of each one of them.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
4 keywords if you can. 1 probably wouldn't be enough.
No.
Beach, okay.
At least 4, should we say?
Yeah, say at least 4. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see what we could make up here.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, especially the last one.
Can't get over that, can you?
No, I'm really like feel let down by myself.
Not like most of all, you've let yourself down.
Yeah, I let myself down, but
I'm not just angry. I'm disappointed.
I think it went in order. Like the further you got through the list, then it got better. But
I think they were all quite mediocre until the 5th one.
Until your one, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching and listening and hearing.
And listening, same thing.
Wow, what the hell am I on about?
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, and we will see you next week for our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.